Greetings, nerds. So, before I melt all your brains with color theory stuff, let's do a very quick, very easy hobby thing, and that's create blood for the blood god. All you're going to need is a red paint, some heavy gloss gel, transparent iron red oxide, and potentially transparent brown iron oxide. This is transparent umber, but it's same thing. Now, the reds, I have a ton of different options here. We have Anthraquinone Red, my personal favorite. Pyrrole Red Dark, which is actually very closely related to blood. And we have Perylene Maroon. Now, there's also Perylene Scarlet, which is going to be really nice for this, but that's a little bit hard to find. Pyrrolene Reds as a whole can be very, very nice. So we have another Pyrrolene Red right here, as you can see. And we also have Pyrrole Red Light. Now, there's also Naphthol Scarlet, which you can use if you want something like this. That it's more transparent, and it's going to provide that boomy, punchier, cartoony, orangey red blood. But, you know, that's up to you. There's a ton of options, but these are my preferred ones. Now, we're going to mix in two of them right here. We're going to use Pyrrole Red, and we're going to use Perylene Maroon for two different versions. Perylene Maroon doesn't make for a really good fresh blood. Instead, it makes for very good dried blood. Now, we can see the mixtures right here. So that's Perylene Maroon, that is Anthraquinone Red, and that is Pyrrole Red. If you see, the Perylene Maroon much more brown. However, they all work really well. That yellow tint coming through, that's entirely from this transparent red iron oxide. This is the key to it all. So, let's make one. First, we take our transparent red iron oxide. It'd be best if you had a, heavy-bodied acrylic, but I don't. Now we take some of this heavy gloss gel. Now, I'm using heavy because, well, that's what I have. You can use soft if you want it. You can use a high solid if you want it. As you see, we go, you can see the orangey hue coming through. That's what we're after for that yellow tint that comes from blood, the plasma. Now, that's where the red will come in. So we're going to put a little bit of red down here. A little bit too much, but whatever. Looking to tone it down, the iron oxide. A little bit more iron oxide there. Pyrrole is quite a high tinter. Especially this golden stuff, which has a very, very lovely amount of pigmentation. A couple more drops there. Got 3 more drops. So 5 drops to roughly 1 Pyrrole. As you see, get that really, really lovely blood color coming through. We have that yellows as well. Very, very nice fresh blood. Now, Pyrrole Red is a little bit more opaque. So, that's why I prefer Anthraquinone, but Pyrrole Red, dark, Pyrrole Red, Rubine, whatever you want to call it. Still very lovely color. Very good for this. So, save the paint. You know how it is. right? Now, I'm not going to bother cleaning the palette. Not a big deal. Now we're going to go with the Perylene Maroon. Each of these will require different amounts of the transparent red iron oxide. Now, if I had a good cloth, which I should, I'm never prepared if you can't tell. Yeah, great, what's the term there? Production values here. We have. Okay. Adam Savage can have unpolished stuff and people celebrate his channel, then I can too. Because who doesn't love Adam Savage? Well, except for one person everyone knows. Yeah, anyways. Grab a couple drops here. About 3 drops. Let's see how that is. Now, it looks more opaque than it actually will be. This is just really, really thick. When we thin it down, you can see how transparent it actually is. When it dries, it'll also be way more transparent. So let's, that, you can already see it on the palette knife here. So again, really, really, really lovely dried blood color. Got those yellows, really reds, those browns coming through. Now, if we really want this to look like dried blood, though, we need a touch, smidgen of this. That's just the brown iron oxide. I already see it on there. A little bit of that. More on that. Grab a mixture of the two. Well, yes, this is the same paper from the Artificer Tint episode. If you haven't seen that, you should go check it out. I was in a collaboration with Mishmash and his mod Linky. Very lovely people, by the way. There we go. Dried blood. And when it dries, it gets that dark stuff. And if you want to let it dry out on your mulling slab, so you ruin it like I do all the time, that is up to you. Dried blood. That murder scene that you want to paint. Now, my personal favorite one. Grab a little bit of this. Let's grab a little bit more. Let's remove some of that stuff out of here. Now, I like the Anthraquinone mix the best. It requires the least amount. Anthraquinone is a dye-like pigment, so it's a very high tint strength thing. But it's also not the highest tint strength dye-like. So grab those, grab our nice palette knife here. Now we get that bright orangey color, we get that dark cool color coming through. Yeah. There we go. That's my favorite for a reason. A little bit more that transparent red iron oxide. put another drop here. There we go. Perfect. That's all it is. And if you want to make this a little bit smoother, use a soft body gel. Go for it. This will be a perfect replication of your favorite missing paint, because the new versions are terrible. Blood for the Blood God. In fact, it'll be better because it's more accurate. And yes, I did in fact put blood through a spectrometer to get the wavelength of it so I can put it through OKLab. Yes, I am deranged. Yes, I did try to turn blood into a pigment when I was much younger. Yes, it is a thing called oxblood. Who knew? Paint called oxblood is made out of oxblood. Either way, be a shame if we didn't use some of this on the mini, right? Or something. It's a nice thick thing. Let's mix all of them together. Never actually seen what all of 3 of these look like together. Yeah, looks like a combination of all 3. So, looks exactly like how I would think. Let's paint a little bit here. So, because this is a heavy body, and that, which means it has structure, we can get that goopy blood and thin it down with a little bit of water. Get that more transparency. When it dries, it will be more transparent. Have that nice little bit of structure. So we can get those goopy viscera. That's all this is. It's pretty simple. Watch the other videos, please. Yeah. Bye, I guess.